Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Tilly, for those of you who are new here. This video is going to be completely different to everything else I've done on the channel so far, but reading is taking up most of my life right now while I'm recovering from my hip replacement, so I wanted to share that with all of you guys. I'm going to be doing the BookTube or BookTok newbie tag and just kind of talking to you guys about what kind of stuff I like to read, what I think I could bring to the BookTube world, and yeah, we'll dive in from there. The first question for this tag is, what book series got you into reading? My parents have read to me for as long as I could remember, like when I was a kid, but the main one that I remember them reading me was Harry Potter. They used to read it to me as a bedtime story, and that was like one of the first main series that I read as a kid growing up and fell in love with them so much. After that, I went down the typical route of watching Twilight, falling in love with Edward Cullen, and then reading all the book series before the movie came out. I then went into Hunger Games. And actually another one of the first series that I remember loving and finishing all the way through was the Sword of Truth series by Terry Goodkind. I actually have a tattoo about this series. I liked it so much. And I know a lot of people didn't love that series because they felt like it was a lot of plagiarism, which I'm not sure how many ideas can be new. I don't know, if you've read them, let me know what you think down below. But I have my little book tattoo here, Wizard's Fourth Rule, which is there is power in sincere forgiveness, both in that which is given and that which is received. And I just thought that was super beautiful. So I think from saying all of that aloud, you can kind of tell that I was definitely into the fantasy genre. And as an adult, I never really stuck to reading, to be honest. I got diagnosed with ADHD last year, so I was 23, and to be honest, that made so much sense to me, because when I would read a book or when I would sit down to try and relax, I would be like, I would jump around the pages, I'd have to go back and reread things. It would just be a nightmare. And honestly, I don't feel that that's really conducive to kind of setting up a long-term reading habit. So for me, I fell out of love with reading, and I didn't read for a really long time. Honestly, until last year. Last year, my partner Callum got me a Kindle for reaching 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. And something about the Kindle makes reading so much more accessible to me. I love that it has the percentage completed, so it feels like a game. It tells you the time it's going to take you to read the chapter, so when you finish it sooner, it's like, oh, dopamine reward instantly. I love that you can highlight things, and my ADHD brain loves that I can jump back and forth between like 60 books at once, and I don't have to carry them all with me, you know? Like if I was wanting to read ACOTAR, then I'd have to carry it with me. But if I wanted to jump back and forth between another non-fiction book or something, I would have to have those all with me at once. But now I can just take my Kindle and I can go wherever my brain feels like going. I can follow the rhythm of what my body wants to read, and it's made it way more accessible to me. So last year, since July, I actually read 25 books, and that is honestly the most books I have read in my adult life. I'm turning 25 soon, so this is a huge accomplishment. This year, when this video comes out, I will have read about 34 books, and actually that number is technically like 38 because I reread a couple of other books too. And honestly, the books that helped me get back into reading on my fabulous Kindle were romance novels. It sounds silly, but I used to associate reading as maybe only doing it as something that would help me with my self-development. So I would read non-fiction books, I would read self-help books and things like that, and I just never really enjoyed it. So when I made the switch and I started reading things that made me feel fun and gave me like butterflies or made me cry and fall in love with characters and fantastical worlds, that is what helped me get back into reading. And now I am obsessed, guys. 34 books in for the year, and let's aim for an even 100, shall we? That's what I'm aiming for this year. This year, the books that have absolutely captivated my heart are the BookTok books of A Court of Thorns and Roses and Throne of Glass. I love them so much that I'm sharing them with my partner by rereading them to him out loud. He's not a very big reader. He is the same thing where he really needs to like keep moving with his hands rather than sit down and actually focus on a book. So the audiobook is way more accessible for him, the audiobook being me. And those books, I adore them. I think they're beautiful. So if you have any recommendations that are similar to those, let me know. The second question on the newbie tag is, why do you love reading? I love it because I like finding characters that I can relate to. I like diving into fantasy worlds and feeling that kind of escapism through that. I like that it takes me out of my world. I like that it gives me tattoo ideas. I have so many that I want to do. I like that it gives me motivation, inspiration, and that so many of the characters characters make me feel like I'm not alone, and they make me feel connected to other people who love the books and love the characters. There's so many reasons why I love reading. I don't think I could even begin to kind of comprehend them or share them all with you. The next question is, where do you read? And this answer is anywhere, anytime that I have my Kindle and a spare second. I'll read on the bike at the gym, I'll read in between sets at the gym, which is probably not a good thing, let's be real. I'll like time my rest by doing a page of reading and then getting straight back into my exercises. I'll read in bed, in the shower, I'll prop up my Kindle because it's waterproof, babes. There is nowhere that I will not read. And then I'm slowly but surely curating this little reading nook here. My plan is to only buy books that I really, really love. The rest of them I'm reading on my Kindle, just so that if I ever have to move or anything, I don't have to lug a bunch. Oh. But I want more, I do. So the plan, I'm gonna move you up, is to fill this wall with a little bookshelf, a little mini library, and I am very excited for this plan. I'm really trying my best to only buy books that I really, really adore, because otherwise this would just be like full already. 2 seconds, done. What kind of books do I read? Like I said, I love the romance novels. I love any kind of spicy read. I love the fantasy books. I love the world building and things like Throne of Glass. I was sobbing at the end, although it did take me a second to get into that series, but I'm so glad that I stuck through it. I do also read a lot of spirituality books and things like that. I love learning about different ways of connecting to yourself. So I can show you a little snippet of what my Kindle library looks like at the moment, and it gives a really rough estimate of what kind of stuff I'm into. It's pretty eclectic, I think, but definitely tending towards the more fantasy genre and definitely more of that romance kind of side of things. The next question is, why would I want to put myself in the BookTube community? What is the new thing that I could bring with it? Well, I am an exercise scientist. I'm a strength and conditioning coach by trade. So I thought it would be amazing to try and put together programs or training regimens that I think all of these powerful characters would be using. Like, how is Nesta Archeron? How do you say it? How is Nesta training in ACOTAR? How is Selena Sardothian training? What do you think she's doing to be Ardalan's greatest assassin? I would love to start putting together some little snippets of how I think these powerful characters are making themselves strong, so that maybe it'll help you even more than the books have already helped me feel strong. So what books am I currently reading? Well, I am reading Crescent City, House of Earth and Blood for myself, and I'm also reading out loud to Callum Throne of Glass. And this one, we started with Assassin's Blade. I know, controversial for those of you who are aware, but I personally think it's the better way to start it. It was a better way to hook somebody in. So Throne of Glass for Callum. Do you see? Just flipping back and forth between the books. Fantastic. Allows my ADHD brain to thrive. And so that is my book talk newbie tag, guys. BookTube newbie tag. I hope to connect with a lot of you guys about what you're reading, if you have any recommendations, because I'm always up for it. And I'm hopefully gonna keep sharing alongside this, because quite frankly, without reading over the last couple of months, I think I would have gone insane, truly. I have been mostly bedbound. I've been staying inside a lot because I still haven't been able to walk or do as much as I would like to do with my new hip. And I feel so connected to so many people online by reading and sharing the books that I've been reading. And I am loving doing that, so I just want to do a little bit more of that. And if that helps you guys feel strong, or if it helps you feel more connected, loved, and not alone, then that is beautiful as well. We're gonna do another exercise-based video on the weekend, so let me know what you think, and I will see you all next time. If you have any questions or comments, let me know down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, everybody, and I will see you soon. Bye.